Okay, we're going to call the second meeting of this year, Village Board of Trustees, the Village of Depew, April 14th, 2025, and we're at 7:02. Pledge from Trustee Kraft.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing for a second. As we gather here tonight in service to our community, let us take a moment to reflect on the responsibility entrusted to us. Within each of us resides a wellspring of untapped potential, a strength that knows no bounds. May we recognize our capacity to create meaningful change, both within our village and in the lives of those we serve. Let empowerment be our guiding force, inspiring us to lead with wisdom, integrity, and compassion. May our decisions foster unity, progress, and a brighter future for all. With unswerving resolve, let us work together to build a community where every voice is heard, every effort is valued, and every action is taken with the greater good in mind. Amen. Bit of a packed board meeting tonight. On the public comment, anybody be able to, after I get done reading through them, can ask any questions on items 1 to 17. We'll go through them now.
I think
Item
we'll do
number
the,
1.
we've got to do the notification of fire exits and then.
Oh, yeah, right.
The emergency exits are located to my left in the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or an emergency, please move in an orderly fashion to the exits and evacuate the building.
Roll call.
Trustee Moravsky.
Here.
And Trustee Zimba.
Here.
Trustee Kraft.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Here.
And Mayor Peterson.
Here. First item, approve the board meeting minutes from the February 24th, 2025 meeting.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion, move for its adoption, that we approve the board meeting minutes for February 24th, 2025.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Next item is approve the board meeting minutes from the March 10th, 2025 meeting.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the motion that we approve the board meeting minutes from March 10th, 2025.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item, approve the special board meeting, which was the canvass the votes minute, March 19th, 2025.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption to approve the special board meeting canvass the votes minutes, March 19, 2025.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's also carried. Now, we'll be talking about the agenda items that are available for comment or question, 1 through 17, and we'll go through them right now. Resolution number 1, be accepting the resignation of one of our full-time cleaners here in Village Hall. Resolution 2, appoint a full-time Recreation Department clerk. This is in our rec department, going from a part-time person to a full-time person in our rec department. As you know, our rec director is part-time, and there's been so much more activity in our park system, especially Fireman's Park. It's important, it was felt on the board that we have somebody there to look over what's going on in the park, longer part of the day than we've been accustomed to. So Kathy's moving from here as the custodian over to rec, where she spent many years before. Resolution number 3, accept the resignation of part-time clerk typist in our building department. Rebecca Dell is leaving us. She had change in her family situation, another child, and she's left. Next is accept the resignation in our building department also, and that was Gigi Menendez, part-time temporary building clerk. This will be effective April 19th, 2024. Gigi was a delight to have over there. She was a hard worker, a very pleasant person. Disappointed to see her leave, but, you know, people move for reasons, and I'm sure it'll work out for her. She's a good person. Resolution 5, appoint a part-time permanent building department clerk. And this is taking Helen, who's been in that position for well over a year. And she was temporary, covering for one of our employees that was out on leave. And so she's now picked up a permanent part-time position from temporary part-time. That's effective tomorrow, April 15th. Resolution 6, appoint provisional part-time court officer in Justice Court. We had somebody leave recently.
Yes, yep, one of the newer provisional people left.
Resolution number 7, appoint part-time senior citizen van driver. It's been quite a number of years since we've had to fill this position. Andy's been with us for quite a while.
A very, very long time, yeah.
I think he could drive the route in his sleep.
Yes.
But we have a new person? Not yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's gonna
Oh, yeah.
shadow, yeah.
Yeah, here we are. This is, so Chris Peters is picking up that position in the seniors for van driver, bingo caller,
Bingo caller, hot dog griller.
hot dog griller, a couple other things.
Yeah. He's gonna shadow Andy on Wednesday. So if anybody has a moment on Wednesday to stop by and say goodbye to Andy, I'm sure it'll mean a lot.
Andy, one year, also played Santa Claus.
Yep.
Very well, in fact. Resolution 8, winter seasonal recreation. So we are terminating all these
Yep.
people. That's our rink guards and our cashiers. The ice rink is now closed, I believe.
Yep.
And there's, looks like about 12 people under. Resolution 9, approve the MS4 report. Resolution 10, authorize the administrator to advertise for bids. And this is for the purchase and installation of a new 60 kilowatt generator and service-related automatic transfer switch. So the DPW has been working on the generator that came from Village Hall 20 years? Probably 20 years, and it was probably about that same amount of time. So it's been in service between the two locations about 40 years. It's time. We don't want to be down with a storm and no generator there. So. Agenda item number 11, authorize the mayor to sign the agreement with Municipal Solutions. And Administrator Gronkowski.
This is just one of our agreements with Municipal Solutions. They help with all of our DEC consent order and our
Grants.
11-phase sanitary or sewer program and the grants associated with it and managing all the payments and everything like that. They're such a vital partner for the village, especially with all of that.
And that ties into also agenda item number 12, which is another contract with Municipal Solutions. Agenda item number 13, permission for Depew Fire Department. It's granted to past Chief Scott Wex to use the pavilion at Northside Fire. Agenda item 14, authorize the mayor to sign D. Donato agreement. This is for the Warner Road Culvert Replacement Project. New York State Department of Transportation, PIN number 576553.
And they're engineer on the Morano Drive culvert as well.
Okay, I'm going to refer to our building department. We have 3 demolition resolutions, one for 72 South Bellevue, one for 29 South Warsaw, and one for 163 Kiefer. Don or Kate, who wants to?
So these demolitions have been in the progress since 22 and 23. 2 of them have been vacant for many, many years, severely dilapidated. We tried taking these things down last year, but ran into a snag with finding liens and stuff, levies against the properties that we had to check into before we can go any further with it. So we finally got the all clear, and we're moving along with taking those 2 properties down. The third one is a property that was in a fire 4 years ago. Don't know exactly what happened, but they did not repair the building. We've exhausted all our resources trying to get it to work, so this is the only thing left, is to demolish it or they put it up for sale. So either way, that's what's happening.
Okay. And that's the agenda that anybody can comment on or question. Anybody have questions or comments? Items 1 through 17. Nope? All set? Anybody have any comments or questions? And one more time, comments or questions? All right, let's roll. Resolution number 1, accept the resignation of full-time cleaner.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution, move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the resignation of Kathy Geary, full-time cleaner effective March 30th, 2025 at 11:59 PM is accepted.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item number 2, appoint full-time Recreation Department clerk pursuant to Section 4-400 of Village Law. I, Mayor Kevin Peterson, do hereby appoint Kathy Geary to the position of full-time Recreation Department clerk typist per the salary in the budget effective March 31st, 2025 at 12 a.m. Need a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item number 3, accept the resignation of part-time clerk typist in the building department.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion, move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the resignation of Rebecca Dell, part-time building department clerk typist effective April 1st, 2025.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item number 4, accept the resignation of the building department.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the resignation of Inelia Menendez, part-time temporary building department clerk, effective Saturday, April 19th, 2025.
I second that.
Need a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item number 5, appoint part-time permanent building department clerk. Pursuant to Section 4-400 of Village Law, I, Mayor Kevin Peterson, do hereby appoint Ellen Weil to the position of part-time permanent building department clerk effective Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. Need a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item number 6, appoint provisional part-time court officer pursuant to Section 4-400 of Village Law. I, Mayor Kevin J. Peterson, do hereby appoint Edward Pastorik to the position of provisional part-time court officer at the pay rate per the budget effective April 23rd, 2025. Once the results are posted and the list is established from an upcoming promotional exam, they must be reachable. If not, they'll be removed from the position within 60 days in accordance with Erie County Civil Service rules. Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item 7, appoint part-time senior citizen van driver. Pursuant to Section 4-400 of Village Law, I, Mayor Kevin Peterson, do hereby appoint Christopher Peters to the position of part-time senior citizens van driver with a salary that is in the budget to be effective April 14th, 2025. Need a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item number 8, winter seasonal recreation terms.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, employment for the Recreation Department's winter seasonal employees, which includes rink guards and cashiers per the attached list, will end on March 23rd, 2025.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Yeah, there were 10, or 12. Agenda item 9, approval of the MS4 report.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the MS4 report is completed and available for review on the Village of Depew website.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Agenda item 10, authorize the administrator to advertise for bids.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. The administrator is authorized to advertise for bids for the purchase and installation of a new 60 kW generator and service-rated automatic transfer switch. The project includes reconfiguration of electric utility service feeders and redistribution of panel feeds. This generator will be located at DPW, Department of Public Works, with the bid opening to be held on Thursday, May 8, 2025 at 10 a.m. in the council chambers, 85 Manitou Street, Depew, New York, 14043.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Agenda item 11, authorize the mayor to sign an agreement with Municipal Solutions.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion, move for its adoption. Whereas the Village of Depew is currently utilizing Municipal Solutions, 62 Main Street, Leroy, New York, 14482, for services in the Village of Depew. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Kevin Peterson is authorized to sign the continuing disclosure contract between Municipal Solutions and the Village of Depew.
I second that.
A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item 12, authorize the mayor to sign a contract, a second contract with Municipal Solutions.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Authorize the mayor to sign a contract with Municipal Solutions. Whereas the Village of Depew is currently utilizing Municipal Solutions, 62 Main Street, Leroy, New York, 14482, for services in the Village of Depew. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Kevin Peterson is authorized to sign the contract renewal in connection with the Village of Depew's general financial services to become effective at the expiration of the current contract.
I second motion.
Get a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Moravsky.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Agenda item 13, permission for the Depew Fire Department.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Permission is hereby granted to past Chief Scott Wex to use the pavilion at Northside Fire Station, 112 Brewster Street, Depew, New York, 14043, on Saturday, May 17th, 2025, from 12 p.m. until 9 p.m.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion is carried. Agenda item 14, authorize the mayor to sign D. Donato agreement.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas Mayor Kevin Peterson is authorized to sign an agreement with D. Donato Associates, Engineering and Architecture, PC for the Warner Road Culvert Replacement Project, New York State Department of Transportation, PIN number 5765.53.
I second that.
The roll call vote, please.
Trustee Moravsky.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that's carried.
Okay. Item 15, approve for demolition 72 South Bellevue Avenue.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make a motion, move for its adoption. Whereas under Village Law, Section 81-11, the Village Board may authorize the supervising code enforcement officer via resolution to immediately cause the repair or demolition of such unsafe building. Whereas the building located at 72 South Bellevue Avenue is such an unsafe building as determined by, whereas under Village Law, Section 81-4, the Village Board has received an investigation and report from the code enforcement officer offering the opinion that the building located at 72 South Bellevue Avenue, Depew, New York, 14043, is such an unsafe building. Whereas the following unsafe conditions exist at the property located at 72 South Bellevue Avenue, as determined by the report made by or caused to be made by the supervising code enforcement officer on the 11th day of April 2025. Section D, the building has been damaged by fire, wind, or other causes so it has to become dangerous to life, safety, morals, or general health and welfare of the occupants or of the people of the Village of Depew. Section E, the building has become or are so dilapidated, decayed, unsafe, or unsanitary, or which so utterly fail to provide the amenities essential to decent living that they are unfit for human habitation or are likely to cause sickness or disease so as to work injury to health, moral, safety, or general welfare to those living therein. Section F, the building has light, air, and sanitation which are inadequate to protect the health, morals, safety, or general welfare of humans who live or may live therein. Section I, the building, because of its condition, is unsafe, unsanitary, or dangerous to the health, morals, safety, or general welfare of the people of the Village of Depew. Section J, the building exists in violation of any provision of the New York State Uniform Fire Prevention and Building Code. And Section K, the building or structure remains vacant and unattended continuously for a period of 1 year or longer without adequate safeguards to prevent unauthorized entry. Whereas the building cannot be safely repaired under Village Law Section 81-5 and therefore must be demolished instead. The owner, executor, administrator, agent, leasee, or any persons having a vested or contingent interest in such an unsafe building as shown by the records of the receiver of taxes or of the county clerk is responsible for demolition of the unsafe building. However, if the person is so notified to comply with said order of the village board, and after hearing the village board shall provide for demolition and remove of such building or structure either by the village employees or contract, per village law section 81-9. Now therefore be it resolved. Resolved that the village board approves of the demolition of the property located at 72 South Bellevue Avenue, and resolved that the subsequent to the passage of this resolution prior to demolition, notice will be served to the owner, executor, administrator, agent, leasee, or any persons having a vested or contingent interest in such unsafe building as shown by the records of the receiver of taxes or of the county clerk per village law, section 81-6, point 81-7, and 81-8. And therefore resolved that the public hearing shall be held before the village board no less than 5 days after the notice of the demolition is served, and resolved that the express of such demolition will be charged against the land on which it was located and shall be assessed, levied, and collected.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Approve the demolition of 29 South Warsaw Street.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Whereas under the village law section 81-11, the village board may authorize the supervising code enforcement officer via resolution to immediately cause the repair or demolition of such unsafe building. Whereas the building located at 29 South Warsaw is such an unsafe building as determined by, whereas under the village law, section 81-4, the village board has received an investigation and report from the code enforcement officer offering the opinion that the building located at 29 South Warsaw Street, Depew, New York, 14043 is such an unsafe building. Whereas the following unsafe conditions exist at the property located at 29 South Warsaw Street as determined by a report made by or caused to be made by the supervising code enforcement officer on 11th day of April 2025. D, the building has been damaged by fire, wind, or other causes as to have become dangerous to life, safety, morals, or the general health and welfare of the occupants or the people of the village of Depew. E, the building has become or are so dilapidated, decayed, unsafe, or unsanitary, or which so utterly fail to provide the amenities essential to decent living that they are unfit for human habitation or are likely to cause sickness or disease, so as to work injury to the health, morals, safety, and general welfare to those living therein. F, the building has light, air, and sanitation which are inadequate to protect the health, morals, and safety or general welfare of humans who live or may live therein. I, the building, because of its condition, is unsafe, unsanitary, and dangerous to the health, morals, safety, or general welfare of the people of the village of Depew. J, the building exists in violation of any provision of the New York State Uniform Fire Prevention and Building Code. And K, the building or structure remains vacant or unattended continuously for a period of 1 year or longer without adequate safeguards to prevent unauthorized entry. Whereas the building cannot be safely repaired under village law section 81-5 and therefore must be demolished instead. The owner, executor, administrator, agent, leasee, or any person having a vested contingent interest in such unsafe building as shown by the records of the receiver of the taxes or of the county clerk is responsible for demolition of the unsafe building. However, if the person so notified to comply with said order of the village board and after the hearing, the village board shall provide for demolition and removal of such building or structure by village employees or contract per village law, section 81-9. Now, therefore be it resolved that the village board approves of demolition of the property located at 29 South Warsaw Street, and resolved that the subsequent to the passage of this resolution prior to demolition, notice will be served to the owner, executor, administrator, agent, leasee, or any person having a vested or contingent interest in such unsafe building as shown by the records of the receiver of taxes or of the county clerk per the village law, sections 81-6, 81-7, and 81-8, and resolved that a public hearing shall be held before the village board no less than 5 days after notice of the demolition is if served, and resolved that the expenses of such demolition will be charged against the land on which it is located and shall be assessed, levied, and collected.
I second the motion.
I need a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
And finally, number 17, demolition of 163 Kiefer Avenue.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Whereas under Village Law, Section 81-11, the Village Board may authorize the supervising code enforcement officer via resolution to immediately cause the repair or demolition of such unsafe building. Whereas the building located at 163 Kiefer Ave is such unsafe building as determined by, whereas under Village Law, Section 81-4, the Village Board has received an investigation and report from the code enforcement officer offering the opinion that the building located at 163 Kiefer Ave, Depew, New York, 14043 is such an unsafe building. Whereas the following unsafe conditions exist at the property located at 163 Kiefer Ave as determined by a report made by or caused to be made by the supervising code enforcement officer on the 11th day of April 2025. D. The building has been damaged by fire, wind, or other causes so as to become dangerous to life, safety, morals, or the general health and welfare of the occupants or the people of the village of Depew. E. The building has become or are so dilapidated, decayed, unsafe, or unsanitary, or which so utterly fail to provide the amenities essential to decent living that they are unfit for human habitation, or are likely to cause sickness or disease, so as to work injury to the health, morals, safety, or general welfare to those living therein. F. The building has light, air, and sanitation which are inadequate to protect the health, morals, safety, or general welfare of humans who live or may live therein. I. The building, because of its condition, is unsafe, unsanitary, or dangerous to the health, morals, safety, or general welfare of the people of the city of Depew. J. The building exists in violation of any provision of the New York State Uniform Fire Prevention and Building Code. K. The building or structure remains vacant and unattended continuously for a period of 1 year or longer without adequate safeguards to prevent unauthorized entry. Whereas the building cannot be safely repaired under Village Law Section 81-5 and therefore must be demolished instead. The owner, executor, administrator, agent, leasee, or any person having a vested or contingent interest in such an unsafe building as shown by the records of the receiver of taxes or of the county clerk is responsible for demolition of the unsafe building. However, if the person so notified to comply with said order of the village board and after the hearing, the village board shall provide for demolition and removal of such building or structure either by village employees or contract, per Village Law Section 81-9. Now therefore be it resolved that the village board approves the demolition of the property located at 163 Kiefer Ave, and resolved that subsequent to the passage of this resolution and prior to demolition, notice will be served to the owner, executor, administrator, agent, leasee, or any person having a vested or contingent interest in such unsafe building as shown by the records of the receiver of taxes or of the county clerk per village law, sections 81-6, 81-7, and 81-8, and resolved that a public hearing shall be held before the village board no less than 5 days after notice of demolition if served. And resolved that the expenses of such demolition will be charged against the land on which it is located and shall be assessed, levied, and collected.
I second that.
A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Morowski.
Yes.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
And that is carried.
Good work, everyone.
Yeah.
Agenda item 18, we've received employment applications in the following. For our rec department, Samuel Radka, Samuel Fry, Elizabeth Steffens, Timothy Steffens, Desmond Coonahan, Mackenzie Chapman, Riley Klein, Olivia Kana, Joseph Kana, David Carlon. For Village Hall, James Schiefla, Mark Owen, and Christopher Peters. And for our court, Edward Pastorick. 19 is the department head reports for building and police.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we accept the department head reports for Building 2025 and Police March 2025.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. There's no unfinished or other business. Before we get to public concerns and comments on any topic, we'll go around the room to our department heads for any of their reports. We'll start with building, since we just got done with 3 big ones there for you. Don, Kate?
The only thing that's new that's coming up that I'm aware of right now, the new Herbal IQ building is just about set for him to take occupancy of that, correct? Across the street from his old location there. It is, construction season is upon us. For those of you who want to do various types of work, please come in, file your permits. If you're not sure, call and ask. We're very friendly. We'll help you out any way we can, get you the proper information. For people who are going to be digging, do not forget to call 811-DIGS first. It'll cause you a lot of problems if you don't. Anything?
Just maybe a reminder that if you have a food truck, we invite you to come in and pull a permit for an entire year. There are sometimes spots that open up for a lot of our different functions that we have in the village, and there's no such thing as too many food trucks.
All right. Chief McNamara from Police Department?
Good evening. Your police department responded to 1,547 complaints. 91 of them were criminal complaints. We did have 3 stolen vehicles. This past month, we recovered 2 of them. So remember to lock up your vehicles. 31 accidents, all of them are property damage, no injuries. But we are seeing an uptick in aggressive driving, and we're doing a school zone detail. A lot of summonses issued specifically in front of our Depew school district there. 200 summonses issued for the month. 51 parking tickets, and most of those will decrease now that you're able to park on the street again. The winter ban has been lifted. And we made 41 arrests this last month.
Thank you, Chief. The other side, Chief Brian Musilak from Fire.
Good evening, everyone. Since our last meeting, the Depew Volunteer Fire Department's taken 17 calls, which puts us at 100 year-to-date. A few significant calls during that course. We had a residential house fire, 84 French Road, on an early Saturday morning. We also had a bedroom fire, 4877 Broadway, residential structure, and a significant oven fire that did some smoke damage at Mooney's Restaurant Bar and Grill on Broadway. So here again, it's been a busy busy month. And I'd like to thank all my firefighters for a fantastic job, fantastic response, and fantastic work on the scene, along with the assistance of the police department as well. It's always a joint effort between the two departments, fire and police, when it comes to emergency calls. Okay, our utility truck. We're getting closer. We're looking, hopefully, at doing a final inspection, the committee, at the end of this month. Hopefully taking delivery in the beginning of May and getting it here, getting our firefighters trained on it and the equipment all on it and putting it in service by the end of May, hopefully, beginning of June. That would be our goal. Also, right now there's an open burn in place, a law in New York State. No open burning means campfires or anything of the sort until at least May 16th, if they don't extend it. Everything's very dry right now, and it's very easy to catch stuff on fire, field fire, any shrubs or trees or anything like that. Everything's really dry right now. When the open burn ban is lifted, just make sure that if you're gonna have a small campfire or something, you do it in an approved campfire device, and that you keep it under control and you keep it 15 feet away from any structures or any trees or anything like that, and that you have either a water hose or an extinguisher on hand to extinguish it if need be, and also that not to leave it unattended, that those fires have to be put out prior to going inside your residence. As well as grilling seasons here, thankfully, right? So using your grills, using your Blackstones, whatever you may be cooking your meals on during the summer months or warmer weather months, make sure that you don't put it right up against the garage or the house, and make sure that before you put it away and store it, that it's cool. And we've had quite a few fires caused by grills and Blackstones being put away when they're still too hot to be put away or to being used too close to structures. Last but not least, just a reminder, obviously you can park on the street now. On these side streets, it's very difficult, even if there is parking on both sides. We encourage everybody to maybe try to use some common sense and keep enough room between on the street for the emergency vehicles to get through, whether it be police officers, ambulances, fire trucks, whatever it may be. Sometimes it's real tight if people are parking on both sides, and it makes it difficult for us to get emergency equipment down those streets. Other than that, everybody have a happy and blessed Easter. Hopefully we'll get some good weather.
Thank you, Chief. Ken Pick from our Department of Public Works.
Good evening. We start our spring cleanup around the village, if you will, cleaning up brush, picking up piles. We started working on some dugouts at Fireman's Park, which that's all weather permitting. And we've been working in the police station, remodeling the old dispatch area.
Okay. Administrator?
We are just plugging away at the tentative budget, and we'll have that passed by the end of the month.
Trustee Zimmer?
A personal privilege, Mayor. A local kid has a good chance of getting drafted in the NFL draft next weekend on the final day. Kid out of West Seneca, UB graduate, Sean Dolak. I will have the privilege of being with him on that day, so wish him luck. Thanks.
Awesome. Number 52.
52 out of UB, yeah.
Trustee Morosky?
I have nothing, thank you.
Trustee Kraft?
Our local food business contest started April 1st, so 2 weeks ago. Getting good response so far. Basically, you can either pick up a flyer from the businesses that are participating, or they're available on our website and our Facebook page if you wanted to print one off yourself. There's also still a couple on the desk out there. Basically, you go to the businesses that are listed, you make a minimum purchase that is listed also on the flyer. You get a stamp. Once you get all your stamps filled up, you bring it back or mail it back to me, And at the end of the contest, one winner will win gift cards from all the businesses.
Nice. Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Very cool passport program. Hopefully a lot of residents take part in that. Just wanted to put it on everyone's radar. Arbor Day celebration for the village of Depew is Saturday, the 26th of April. So not this Saturday, but the following. It'll be from noon to 1. With it starting at noon, we'll have the saplings that we hand out for all village residents that want to come in and receive saplings to plant to help make our village a green and continue the great tradition as we're a Tree City USA for the 5th year in a row. Very proud of it, what we're able to do as a village as a whole. So April 26th, Saturday at noon. Thank you.
Our Recreation Director's not here tonight. However, the parks today, I know when I drove by, Fireman's Park was really hopping. Kids playing basketball and using the fitness court, and it's nice to see a lot of people out there. It'll only get better as the weather gets better. Did want to make note that the article I wrote last week in the Depew Bee, it's my monthly column, it revolved around our solid waste and recycling business. And it put on notice that the totes that were originally issued in 2012 have now exceeded their 10-year warranty on them. So you've had 36 more additional ones. So if anything was to come back damaged, if it's not damaged or not shown to be damaged by Casella or whoever we contract with next year when the contract is up, the responsibility will be on the property owner. So there will be lids and wheels, which will be priced separately. I know that's in a new order this coming up. Currently, the pricing listed in the article last week was $90 for the larger solid waste tote and $65 for the recycle tote. If somebody has bought one less than those 13 years, like I bought a second one, that could be covered under warranty. The responsibility will be on the property owner in order to show that they purchased it. So we just can't keep constantly repairing things that are beyond the warranty. So that's out there in the article, referenced to PUB last week. What else do we have? I think that's it.
One more thing.
Sure.
I misspoke before. Said the new business coming in. It's not a new business, but it's an existing business that we're aware of. Mason Mastrangelo here from Taylor Tool Rental. They have purchased the building next door, the old furniture store, and they're expanding their business into that building, and they'll be occupying that soon. I just went and did an inspection for him. And he is here to ask during open.
Yeah, I think we're aware. We'll give you some time here. And so anybody have any comments or questions on anything, just step to the microphone here, the podium, name and address, and we'll do our best to answer the questions. Did you want to lead us off?
Sure.
I know you want to do an event, right?
We're hoping to do kind of a re-grand opening or grand opening of the business to kind of celebrate us buying it and growing our business in Depew. So we wanted to be able to have an event with discounts and stuff of our stuff, along with showcasing some of our like games and stuff, and letting kids come and play them and try them out. And we wanted to put up a bounce house. And then the other thing that we also wanted to do was try to include other local businesses in Depew or maybe close in Lancaster, and allow them to show what they offer. Mostly people that we work with or, supply or get stuff from, but kind of open it up to everyone around and see what we can get. But this is our first time doing something like this.
It'll be right on premise.
Yeah, it's going to be in our parking lot.
Of
the
the-
parking lot that we just acquired.
Yeah,
So it's our first time doing it, so I just wanted to do everything right and bring it up to you guys, invite everyone, and take any questions or...
do we have a date? I know you said something.
June 13th and 14th is the ideal date. We're going to do it both days during our business hours, which is 9 to 4 those days. And
That's a
then,
weekend, I take it, right?
yeah, Friday and Saturday.
Oh, Friday's it.
And then the rain date will be the following weekend if that weekend won't work.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing I wanted to mention was having food from either local restaurants or whatever, or the approved food trucks.
Right, you know, you could be able to reach out to
Yeah,
building.
I've been in contact with them
Good.
about everything, just to make sure
All right.
doing everything right.
And do we know about parking? What do you figure?
The street was my thought, because we're going to be
And-
using our parking lot.
I'm not familiar, and I don't know if,
We have Warsaw and Marengo, and then obviously the
do
whole,
we have any idea what signage is on those streets? Or do we have to,
I don't believe there's any no parking signs on those streets.
could be no parking here at a corner or something like that, right?
Nothing major though, nothing that would.
We'll double check just to make sure.
and then we also have on the other side from our current building, we have
Yes,
parking there.
Okay. Yeah, just if it's like Magruder's or those kind of places, sidelines maybe,
Yeah,
you know, they have to pull a temporary permit from the county.
and then we have like tents and pop-up tents that obviously we rent, so we'd set those up and
Sure.
let them use them.
mean-
Tables.
I think we all got that notice. I don't think we have any issues with it, so we can respond formally to you.
Okay,
And 13th and 14th of June sound fine,
okay.
right? Anybody have any concerns at all? No. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coordinate and. Appreciate it.
Any other questions or comments? Are you coming to Arbor Day? Andrew wants to know.
I talked to Andrew already. I've got Arbor Day in Lancaster.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
And the garden club, and it's.
He's a busy man.
I'll try to make it.
He's a busy man, I understand, Paul.
Yeah,
I can't be in more than one place at a time.
okay,
A couple things I want to comment on.
sure.
First is the old Hidden Shamrock at the end of Gould here in Transit. I've never seen that building look better than it does today. And I've lived in a village 55 years.
Well, write the fellas that own it a letter and be heard, or something. They'd
Yeah.
love to hear that.
It's really a nice-looking building. Another thing, too, at the last meeting, I brought up about the potholes at the entrance to the Key Bank and Wegmans parking lot. And I don't know who got a hold of the owners, but those potholes have
They
been
heard you,
taken
Paul.
care of.
Yeah, they did something.
I think they
Somebody
heard
heard
you.
me.
Someone did.
But whoever was in charge of getting that done, I thank them for that. What else have I got here? Oh, our village is acquiring a lot of white elephants. What sticks out in my mind is, and has anybody got any comments, or is there any interest in these buildings I'll mention? The Rite Aid on Broadway, former Rite Aid, been vacant for,
There was some initial work done there.
Yeah, they did a interior demolition for a new build-out. We've had a little bit of conversation, but nothing concrete yet.
finalized, okay. The old roller rink on Transit by the Depew High School, that's been refurbished for a long time, and nobody's renting any of it. I don't know if it's, they're asking too much rent or what the problem is, but
You got it.
it just, I mean, it's just sitting there vacant, which is too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building.
It is.
Fortunately, we can't make people rent things.
A decade. I think it's been at least a decade.
Oh, it's been a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they're paying their taxes.
I think that was originally a car dealership.
Before,
And then it was a bowling alley,
oh, yeah.
and
Before
then
my
the roller rink, traffic and, it's,
Yeah.
anyhow. And another thing, next to the Smokin' Little Diner, there used to be a building, I think it was a dental office that burned,
Colbeck owns that.
and it's leveled now, and there's for sale sign on it. No interest in that.
Well, nobody's approached us.
They just took the
We
garage down.
we just had
only
them
a few
take the
months
garage
ago.
down. Brian had issued them a repair demolish order, and they decided it was cheaper to tear it down and clean the lot up and maybe try to get somebody to bite on it, but we haven't had any conversations with them right now.
Okay. Most recent one is Big Lots in the D&L Plaza. I mean, that's a huge store. Any interest or,
It's not been that long, Paul. You got to give things time.
well, yeah, I know, that's the most recent.
That's the most recent. You're not mentioning some of the more bigger ones, too, the bigger white elephants.
Well, go ahead, you mention them.
Yeah. So the old cement place on Transit.
Oh, yeah.
Watch that one. That's coming up soon. And then the old HSBC. Watch for that one in the next couple weeks.
Oh, on Dick and
Well,
That's all I can tell you.
Dick and Georgia, or
No,
Dick and
Dick and,
Walden?
Walden.
Yeah.
You'll be really excited.
You'll like that one.
All right, one thing I mentioned here,
How much more time does he have?
3 minutes, 12 seconds.
You got like a minute.
okay. I mentioned last time that about when Audrey was with us, she got Depew High School students to shovel out the fire hydrants. And this year, I don't think this past winter that's been done.
No, you asked that
Yeah.
last time, but
Was it?
No, but we talked about it last time that.
Yeah.
with
Well, what
us-
happened to the equipment that was donated?
You asked it last time too.
Right.
We weren't sure because it went to the school, so it doesn't really have anything to do with us. It was something that Audrey had coordinated outside of her kind of role here.
Yeah.
So it's something that I think Brian said they'll look into next year, but it's not really has much to do with
Okay.
us and the village.
I wish those people would have volunteered for Audrey's Angels to help out some of our elderly people with their sidewalks, but
Yeah, yeah.
we only had 2 people that stepped forward for that, so.
Okay. I think that's about all I got, except for Happy Dingus Day to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Anyone else? Nothing, Dave?
Not today.
Okay. These aren't as exciting as the Cheektowaga meetings.
I think these lights are too bright. They still bother my eyes.
Make a note of that.
Is that why you have your hat on?
Bright lights, Dave Burger.
Don't get it.
All right.
Okay.
I will say, we're on to claims and accounts.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion, the claims and accounts have been audited by the Finance Committee and are approved for payment as follows.
From the general fund, $234,056.81. Community development, 0. Sewer fund, 861. Capital projects, 21,000, for a total of $255,917.81.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's been carried. And I would like to offer somebody a motion that we table the next item, the executive session. There is no need for it tonight.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we table the executive session to future date.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And last but not least is adjournment.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion, we adjourn to this evening's meeting at 8:01 PM with a moment of silence for John Stearns, a former Buffalo firefighter and a former firefighter in the village of Depew for over 20 years.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. And the meeting is ended at 8:01.